Hello everybody, to your Bad Password here, and in today's video I realise that I've uploaded next to nothing lately. And you know, you're not going to build your channel by not uploading anything. Nobody's like, oh, this guy's never uploads, he's so fucking edgy, I'm going to subscribe. No. So I said I needed to upload something, and I can't do my Machinima series because I gotta unfortunately replace a voice actor, so that's taking up time. So I'm doing one of my infamous rant videos. I have such a cheesy smile on right now. Now, my last rant video did pretty good, so who knows what'll happen here. Anyway, today I'll be talking about the free content in Halo 5 and the issues pertaining to that. So first off, I'd like to commend 343 for listening to feedback and announcing recently that they're ditching the horrendous remixing maps idea only 3 months after launch. You know, if you go tell lots of other developers, hey, change the way you're making maps, you're either going to be sorely disappointed when the next DLC drops, or you're going to have to wait and fight for that for quite a while for something like that to change. Getting a developer to completely change gears when making multiplayer maps is a fairly significant task to overcome. If you've ever watched The Sprint, you'll know it takes quite a while to make a map. It's lots of work. So getting 343 to do 180 while they were most likely already making groundwork for future remix maps is a great thing. And I know this is a rant video, but I also want to commend them for removing the absolutely disgusting, vomit-worthy, eye-gouging, glue-sniffing map that was Orion, and removing it as quickly as they did. I'm not sure how quick, but I know for a fact it was between 3 days to 3 weeks after launch, and we spoke up about that, and it was removed quick. Now, for all you 343 haters with your pitchforks raised high, you may be wondering why I'm not complaining about 343 yet. This is a rant video after all. I should be listing 116 reasons why 343 validly ruined Halo, but I'm complimenting them because I'm trying to show you that they are capable of listening to feedback. And this may come as a shock for some, but they are in fact listening to feedback and acting much, much quicker than they did with Halo 4. So with all this knowledge that I just dropped, we can concur that 343 is in fact listening to community feedback and to a degree implementing it. But to a degree. And with that being said, let's begin the rant. Oh, and for you pitchforkers I mentioned, thinking I'm actually just going to call 343 a bunch of lazy twats for 8 minutes, you can get the fuck out. Go watch Angry Joe or B. Dobbins. But with that being said, there will be some bashing. So, first off, I don't need to explain the monthly updates with Halo 5. They're free monthly updates. The end. Now, for the small few who believe that 343 actually makes all this content in just slightly under or over a month, that is false. And yes, there are people who believe that. 343 is holding back content for the monthly updates, but don't get too angry, because that's just something that all developers do. Some more than others. Wow. Oh, excuse me. Now, with that being said, 343 is holding back content to the point where it gets a bit ridiculous. Okay, I actually hurt my throat there. Now, what 343 is doing, okay, I already said that, is they're stretching out these updates and making them bigger than they actually are. Let's start with the Battle of Noctis. I am 97% sure that map was done before Halo 5 launched, since there were snippets of gameplay of the map shown off in one of the early Warzone trailers back at Gamescom over the summer, I believe. So why didn't they release a fully working, completed map with Halo 5 at launch? To make the first update seem bigger. Okay, now Forge, I'm a bit iffy about when it comes to this whole holding back content dilemma, because they said they wanted it to be perfect when it dropped, and for about 90% of the Forge launch itself, it went fairly smoothly. But on one hand, I think if they pushed and worked a bit harder, it could have came out on launch. But on the other hand, I think if they did that, there could have been a chance of another MCC dilemma, with Forge being rushed, and just the fucking word MCC could cause fans running to cancel their pre-orders, and at that point, Papa Microsoft would be pissed. So Forge, I'm not going to touch on too much. But back to Noctis, okay? So making an arena map takes a while, so imagine a Warzone map, provided they're not as intricate as your par usual arena maps, and I'm no developer, but I'm sure these Warzone maps take time, and I'm sure they're developed as well to coincide with the Warzone Assault game type, so that not too much needs to be changed, and I'm sure copying and pasting Warden Eternal takes a while too. Like really, 343, Warden Eternal twice on Noctis? What the fuck, man? I mean, if you fellas need a new idea, you can check out my Brute Chieftain boss idea down in the description, free of charge. Check it out, guys. But anyway, Forge is nice, but people want new maps. Now, next off, we have content that at this moment in the month of January 2016 is not released, and the earliest footage we have of this content is October 27th on Season 3, Episode 3 of The Sprint. I'm talking about the village destroying, starship exploding, wife fucking gun that is the Halo 1 pistol. And yes, I know it's not called Halo 1, but you obviously know what I'm talking about. Now, 343 had the kick-ass idea of adding back the CE pistol, there I said it happy, the CE pistol to Halo 5. Now, I'm not going to play any footage because I don't want to risk no legal shit, even though it's available on the internet. But anyway, while discussing the creation of the gun, one woman says she'll need 4 days to get all the proper audio for the weapon. So that's like reloading sounds, meleeing sounds, how it sounds firing in first and third person, and from certain distances. Then later in the video, one of the designers by himself recreates the fucking pistol by himself, and then we see a Spartan holding the gun in Halo 5. And remember, the sprint is recorded weeks, months maybe prior to the actual episode releasing. So I'm going to bet 2 months tops, 2 weeks minimum, that the episode was posted after that meeting took place. So that gun is done and it is floating in cyberspace, just ready to be launched at any moment. Now, recently we just got the Halo TPR added to the game, and first off, it's fucking amazing, but we can likely assume that this was made after the CE Magnum. So again, the CE Magnum is just floating around in 343 headquarters with a big red button waiting to be pushed. And it doesn't seem to be coming in the February update either, but the Gravity Hammer is coming back. Another weapon which was teased a while ago and looks to be completely done, and if not the least, visually completed at the time that it was teased a couple months, 2 months ago in one of the Halo 5 bulletin posts and a preview image, okay? So let's see, what was another gun that was held back? The Spanker rocket launcher. I know that was completed before launch. And side note, can we just replace the new rocket launcher on all the arena maps with the Spanker? Nobody likes the thing, like, really. But anyway, now again, if you watched the sprint in one of the vidocs, Forge was brought up in both of those, and 343 had no problem telling us they got some of the most popular Forges to come in and forge some of the maps for the Big Team Battle playlist. And when was this? Before the launch of Halo 5. Duquesne 23's map features not only the infamous, but also the held-back Spanker rocket launcher on a map that was pretty much finished before Halo 5. Oh, wow. 343 is holding back these weapons to make these updates seem bigger than they actually are. Now, we also got the new map Urban in the January update, which is the Warzone Assault variant to Battle of Noctis. But 343 held back a map that should have released in December, and that original map should have been released in fucking October. Think about it. Here we are after 2 updates in 3 months, and they haven't released an actual new Warzone map. It's fucking genius. But oh my god. Still though, Noctis is one of my favorite maps throughout the whole Halo franchise, but I'm still angry, okay? Now, I'm sure they held back other small things like armor, weapon skins, and the 4 million Warthog, Mantis, and Mongoose sub-variants, but we don't really care about that stuff being held back. But what I think does agitate some people is that these are being counted as new content, even though we don't need more of the same bad helmet. We already have... Wait, what? I said that line terribly wrong. But anyway, we don't need an Arctic camo version of some vehicle that exists, and I'm sure nobody requested it either. Now, if you recall earlier in the video, I mentioned 343 being capable of implementing feedback and, all this ranting, blah, blah, blah. And what I'm trying to propose here is 343, if it's done, release it. And I'm not talking about, okay, we just, added the Spectre, the best, most requested vehicle ever in Halo, back into Halo 5. It's done, it's designed, all the sounds. I don't mean just release it immediately, but release it with the following update. Don't hold it back, and especially, don't fucking tease it months before... months before it is fucking released. Sorry, I usually write a script for my videos, and at this point, I just didn't feel like writing the rest of the script, so I'm going off the fucking top of my head, and I'm pissed. Okay, so 343. Listen, buddy. Come on, take a seat, 343. Yeah. You like it here, don't you? It's a nice place. Thanks for coming by, but 343, we weren't born yesterday. Okay, we know you guys got eardrums, and sometimes only the left one works, but you got really good hearing in your left ear. What I'm trying to say, 343, is you guys can do this. You guys have shown that you're capable of doing what we want before, and not just ridiculous stuff that we want, logical stuff. Stuff that should be changed, something that makes the community happy. And what makes the community happy? Content. And now I get, if you make like 17 weapons all in the span of 2 months, you shouldn't release them all. Because, you guys just bust your ass for these 17 new pieces of content that are really cool and all, but give us 3 or something, I'm just trying to say, at the end of the day, that not only do I rhyme, but 343 is doing an evil crime. And that is holding back content that needs to be released. Hopefully you folks learned something new, and as always, thanks for watching. This video got really messy at the end, but I know. But anyway, have a good day. Hey guys, it's me after recording the video, and not only am I trying to stretch out the video to 10 minutes, See, I'm good. Yes, I know my rant here is a bit flawed. There's stuff I should have elaborated on. Stuff that didn't really correlate with what I was saying in the beginning. But hopefully you understood the main point of this video, which is the fact that 343 is holding back content. Now, if it's finished and released a month after, that's all fine. But if it's finished and released months afterwards, that's not a good thing. One of the biggest community concerns right now about Halo 5 is the lack of content. Now, that isn't killing Halo 5, but that can kill Halo 5 down the road, and that's definitely not something 343 can play around with. But on that note, Rockstar Games, what's up, my dude? Yeah, you guys know about holding back content. Fucking piece of shit. And yeah, this is what happens when I don't have a script. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and have a great day.